What is up, guys? Rick Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today, Bungie dropped a brand new Developer Insights video on the moon, the new location coming to Destiny 2 with the Fall Shadowkeep DLC. And this video not only has new information from the developers themselves, but some new Shadowkeep gameplay that showcases some very interesting things if you're paying attention. So we're gonna break it down in this video, and let's get started. Now, first off, I want to draw your attention to this screenshot here. This, I believe, is an overview of the moon location in Destiny 2. We see in the foreground the massive Hive fortress, the red metal that we've seen in promotional materials quite a bit. In front of that, we have a crashed fallen catch. That 100% is going to come up later in the video, but that is part of the map. So this may be the overview of the layout, of course, zoomed back quite a bit. In fact, if we let the screen rotate a bit, we see the top of the tower at the bottom of the screen here. Then we see the entrance to the tower, and unlike last time where there's no enemies, now we see it patrolled by Hive ships, again giving you a great sense of scale for just how big the structure is and what it'll likely actually look like in-game. We then see some more great shots of the moon, and then we have this shot here, and in the background on a monitor, we see a very interesting weapon being used. That is 100% the Monte Carlo exotic auto rifle from Destiny 1. Now that has already been seen in the previous Vidoc, but it's nice to see it coming up again. It looks like plans have not changed. The Monte Carlo is returning for Shadowkeep. For those who may not know, it has an exotic perk where getting kills and dealing damage significantly increases the recharge of your melee. Melee builds were based around this gun. It was pretty fun. Now moving on through the trailer, it's really cool. We have a Guardian in first person using, what the heck is this? This is an absolutely crazy, this is the most Void weapon I've ever seen in a Destiny game. The gun is glowing Void. We have, it looks like Void coming out of the cracks of the gun. This is definitely a brand new exotic rocket launcher we have on our hands. And this quick clip begins and ends our knowledge on this new exotic, but I really hope it's a Nova Bomb launcher. I mean, how cool would that be? And that would make sense, right? It's glowing with Void. You launch your own Nova Bombs at people? Oh, that would be fun. Now, in the background of this screen and in the next one, we kind of see the extent of the floating, ghost bodies that we have seen in previous trailers, but they're really everywhere in this trailer. And what are they? Again, my guess was Guardians defeated by the darkness. Whatever they are, they certainly are going to have a role to play in this new map. Again, they're everywhere. Next up, this screen is interesting because it shows the extent of the Hive structure, the Hive base, leading up to the tower. Of course, you see the tower in the background, and you can also see the bridge leading to the tower, but there looks like a massive fortress that you still have to fight enemies, do things in before you even get to the tower portion. Then we have another eagle-eye background monitor spot here. We have a Guardian standing in front of what looks like a gathering of those floating bodies, those floating figures. And are they conversing? Can you interact with them? Is this the start of a public event or a quest or something like that? In fact, there appears to be a figure they're talking to, and I think it's Eris Morn. She seems to be at her little place where she's a vendor for the moon, so she has the power to converse with these figures. Then we have something pretty cool. Again, I mentioned the fallen catch that had crashed into the ground. Well, here it is. Now, this is the catch from the Shadow Thief strike in Destiny 1. Instead of being up in the air, you beat that strike, so it's crashed down into the ground, and you can still go inside and explore it. But of course, that means not all of the moon is dominated by the Hive. There's going to be at least this section that is fallen controlled. And then we have something I found really interesting, and that is the changes to the Destiny 1 moon locations that are returning. For example, this building here, like I'm sure a lot of us had a lot of time and gameplay spent around this building in Destiny 1, and this is what it looks like updated in D2. The developers also said that not only is it getting a facelift, but previously you couldn't go into the back of that building. Now it's opened up and you can traverse through it. Then we have this screen here, and it's showcasing a couple of exotic weapons. Firstly, the Titan's machine gun is actually a brand new exotic. It's the one that we saw at Guardian Con that has some sort of bug inside of it. And you can see the similarities, especially if you look at the barrel between these two guns, so I think that is the same weapon. Also, the Hunter in the background might be using the Lullaby exotic hand cannon that we saw Eris Morn putting down in the first Shadowkeep trailer. The charms and the color scheme is very similar, but there is a lack of feathers on the front. Perhaps they had to take that off in the game because it took too much to render. I don't exactly know, but that's a possibility. And if those two both have their exotics out, perhaps the Warlock does as well, and this is our look at a brand new exotic sniper rifle. However, if you look at it in comparison with the auto rifle that's on the Titan's back, I think they have very similar designs with kind of the wrapped bungee cords around them. Have bungee cords, get it? But yeah, that seems like potentially it's part of the same legendary weapon pool that we're getting with Shadowkeep. After that, we see a bunch more examples of the Destiny 1 moon locations getting facelifts and what they'll look like in Destiny 2. And the difference is, although the baseline structure is the same, there's a lot of differences and it really looks like fresh new areas. We then have Bungie showcasing the opening cinematic of this expansion. It's not finished yet, but essentially they're saying that Eris Morn goes into the depths of the moon and touches something and awakens something. So Eris Morn is somewhat responsible for unleashing this powerful force of the darkness that has laid dormant in the moon. And of course, that opens up a bunch of really interesting lore questions. Why was Eris Morn the one able to do this? Can she also close it, or is she the key to fending off the darkness if she was the one that awoke in it? How is she going to react to setting off this chain of events? It's all going to be interesting to see. And after that, we have the best part of this new video, and that is, if we zoom in here, it's a Jotun Sparrow, guys. A Jotun Sparrow. That's amazing. It's like the Gallarhorn Sparrow from Destiny 1, but it's the Jotun form. Like, I actually love this design. I hope they do more of these. Dude, I would be so down for weapon, like exotic weapon themed exotic sparrows. Like, sign me up. Then we move through the trailer, and eventually we have this screen here of a hunter again utilizing that Lullaby exotic hand cannon. And then we end everything off here with some new information on pre-order bonuses. So if you get the digital deluxe edition, you're going to get exclusive Eris Morn themed items, an exotic ghost, an emblem, and an emote. And that's it, guys. That's it for all the information contained within this video. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.